is up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? Gannon here, back with another one of my Star Trek reviews. Happy Star Trek Day, everybody. There was a lot of fun, awesome updates, some teaser trailers, some stuff that I'm really excited about. I have to go back and watch the Picard trailer a couple more times to decide whether it frightens me or not. Probably make a video talking about Picard, Strange New Worlds, mostly because that's the series that I am most excited about from Kurtzman Trek, probably ever. I'm probably not going to be excited for a show more than that. So I'll make a video about the Strange New World updates. But with all that being said, today we are reviewing Season 2, Episode 5 of Star Trek Lower Decks, this one titled An Embarrassment of Dooplers. It is called that because early off in the episode, we start off with the senior staff introducing us to these Dooplers, which is a race of aliens that duplicate themselves as a part of an emotional response. Basically, like, I put this down in my notes, I guess that they probably would turn out to be a more volatile Tribble. In that they did, they are can be more dangerous than Tribbles if you don't know what you're doing. Captain Mariner mentions how they're heading towards a command conference where she'll be one of the only California class captains there, an opportunity to excel, chatter, and perhaps be promoted to even a better ship. Mariner and Boimler really want to attend the command conference, so they hatch the idea of using Boimler's transporter clone William's invite as a way to get in, because people aboard the Titan have clout like that just because it's a better class of ship. Then we begin the Tendi and Rutherford arc this episode, where they are building a Star Trek model ship with the sprues out and everything in the mess hall, and this is just an awesome moment. For one thing, they're just kind of like plugging Star Trek models in general, and it's just cool because it's breaking the fourth wall. Why would Star Trek model ships, especially ones that are on plastic sprues, exist in the Star Trek universe? It doesn't really make much sense. By the time that any of these ships were created, they're probably long past the point of using plastic sprues to create models. So it's just kind of breaking the fourth wall in a really cool type of way. Also, Star Trek, if you're going to be talking about how you guys make model ships, you guys should just probably be making more and better models of ships. Star Trek merchandise just needs to get a lot better as the franchise grows. It needs to start having a lot better boy toys, aka just high quality figurines and high quality models for me to enjoy. The Cerritos arrives at the starbase, and the starbases are always so well animated in this show, absolutely beautiful and stunning every time we see a starbase in Lower Decks. We're on call with another captain. Captain Mariner accidentally antagonizes their Doopler guests, and he starts splitting and duplicating, and it seems that once a Doopler starts duplicating, he can't stop, as the idea of duplicating just makes them want to duplicate more. Mariner and Boimler use the chaos to slip away, while the Cerritos is not allowed to attend the party or even dock until they solve their Doopler problems. Also, when Mariner and Boimler go down to this kind of like mall area in the starbase, Mariner references how there is a Quark's there, and it's just kind of cool to see that Quark has franchises in the Star Trek universe, and this is just confirmed. It's good to see that Quark in the later years post DS9 is getting a little bit more successful. Mariner is reunited with a shady blue alien figure. I believe his name was like Melv or something. They pull a Wrath of Khan SETI Alpha stranded joke, and basically this shady figure tells them that he'll share the location of the party if they transport merchandise, and the merchandise happens to be limited edition Commander Data bubble baths, and they make a joke about how there's possibly a couple lures in there. Below the bubble baths, though, there are actually some illegal Klingon disruptors that were purposely placed there by this shady figure in order to get revenge on Mariner, so that the mall cops, the actual station security, can go and catch Mariner and put her on a penal colony or something. Rutherford keeps on finding old clues left by himself before his memories were slightly altered on his model ship, and he wants to keep fiddling with it to the point where he basically gets obsessed. He really wants to finish it, and he attempts to do so while the Dooplers keep on getting out of hand. So the station security goes and chases Boimler and Mariner, because Mariner goes on this little car chase. She's really not trying to get caught riding dirty with these Klingon disruptors. This whole chase scene is just really well animated. It's really well choreographed, and I really enjoyed it. Mariner finally gets the location of the party after threatening Melv, or whatever his name is, after the chase ends. You learn that it's actually in the most obvious place, so this whole little mall arc just didn't need to happen, but in typical sci-fi sci-fi fashion, it's gonna happen anyways. They won't let Mariner in, but they let Boimler in, and then they get into an argument right in front of the party, like right in front of the bouncer, about how Mariner is still upset with Boimler with him going to the Titan and just leaving her aboard the Cerritos so abruptly. Boimler then enters the party, and it's super lit in there. There's a whole bunch of cool, hip Starfleet officers and personnel, one of which is Commander Shelby, that one commander Riker competed with for an episode or two because he felt extremely threatened by her wanting to take his position aboard the Enterprise. Super cool getting to see like old characters being promoted in the Star Trek Lower Deck show, and then seeing them pop up in this animated format is just always so fun. Rutherford uses science and math to open this hatch above them that they're trying to like basically get out of to escape these Dooplers. Rutherford was basically just feeling insecure the whole episode because he felt that his prior ego, the person he was before his memories were slightly altered. He almost felt as though he was a better engineer because he couldn't manage to fix this model ship, but Tendi reveals that that was like actually never the intention, and that the model ship was built and designed to waste time and not be fixable. Boimler leaves the party to go and apologize to Mariner as she drinks her problems away at this Star Trek space bar, and after they go and talk and convey each other's feelings, they make up pretty easily. Captain Mariner starts to berate the Dooplers, which makes them pissed and forces them to unduplicate. Shax says that their paw is weak, which is a funny DS9 reference. We hear a handful of other funny Star Trek insults, which is making me think like, why didn't the Doopler just inform them about how to fix the duplication process? I imagine this happens to Dooplers often, so they must know and understand a way to fix it. I don't know why I just didn't share it all along. Perhaps he was too anxious from duplicating. The bartender lady at this bar that Boimler and Mariner is at basically shares with them that Kirk and Spock were at this bar at some point and that they'd actually carved their names into the bar, which, you know, is really cool to see. It makes me as a Star Trek fan geek out, and it makes Boimler and Mariner geek out because Kirk and Spock are just legends and gods in the Star Trek universe at this point. Captain Mariner is not allowed into the party even after going through all this trouble, and then she gives this pretty awesome speech about how she's demanding that she be allowed to be let into the party, but they still don't let her in comically. This episode ends with Captain Mariner teleporting the Doopler back into the party in retaliation. Tendi gives Rutherford a dope DS9 model that comes with both an Esri and Jadzia model, which is just super cool. I love how they're referencing the Star Trek models. The Cerritos crew have a nice party in the bar, super wholesome moment between Mariner, her mom, and Boimler, where it's just kind of implied that Boimler and Mariner have a thing that perhaps goes beyond just Boimler being her literal number one. If you catch my drift, they kind of make a joke in this episode about how Boimler is going to be the number one to Mariner being the captain. They're like arguing who's going to have what role. Boimler and Mariner's name is carved next to Kirk and Spock. It's kind of implied that their relationship is like much more than that, and they're probably have a crush on each other, and they're probably going to end up getting together by the end of the series. But with all that being said, I am super tired and hungry. This episode is getting a solid 6 out of 10 for me. It was wholesome, it was well choreographed, super awesome animation, it was entertaining, but there are definitely funnier episodes of Lower Decks out there that have juicier references and cameos that will just, you know, make me like them more. So while it was by no means a bad episode, it wasn't like super exceptional. It was just like, you know, slightly above average. So it is getting a modest, respectable score of 6 out of 10. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another one of my Star Trek reviews. Super excited for the new Star Trek that is going to be coming out this year. I'm going to be reviewing every single new episode of Star Trek that comes out, so look forward to that. If you like the video, be sure to slap a like on it. If you have anything that you want to share with me, please leave it down in the comments below. I will be sure to get back to you. If you're enjoying the content that you see on the channel, I would be very flattered if you were to subscribe. And with all that being said, live long and prosper, everybody. I'm going to have to see you guys in the next one. Peace.